I mean, she's kind of disappointing too.
You take that back.
As a lab, I don't think she's like excelling. So it's morning time. No, it's like 11, but I just felt really fall today, even though it's 95 degrees outside and Texas has decided not to participate in fall. They've completely opted out, but fall gave me a call. And when fall calls, you answer with a bold lip and pumpkin spice syrup. So I made this pumpkin spice syrup. It's from PETA website. They call it pumpkin spice creamer, but it's not. It's more like a more natural version of the Starbucks pumpkin spice, which is not vegan because it has like skim milk, milk powder, milk, something milk in it. So I made this and I put it in my coffee today, and it's pretty good. And you get like the fall-y hints and essence, and with the bold lip, it tastes even more like fall. And it adds a little bit of thickness to it, kind of like a latte. So it tastes pretty good. I like it. So this is how you make it. Okay, so you'll need 1 can of coconut milk unsweetened, 1/4 a cup of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie mix, 1/3 cup of grade A maple syrup, or you could probably use agave or something, but maple's really fall-y, so I say go with that. And then some pumpkin pie spice. It's like a mixture of spices, and then some cinnamon. So this is just about 2 teaspoons. This is 1/2 teaspoon, and a little bit of vanilla if you want. I'm having a piece of cheese. Ooh, also that I have cramps. Annoying. So I'm in my office right now. I just finished filming a try-on haul. And you guys need to stop saying you keep thinking something's behind me, because it's freaking me out. But I'm getting ready to make some cauliflower wings. I need to charge this battery, so I'm gonna film it on my iPhone, but it's just gonna be the hot for food recipe. It's the simplest one to pull up. I'll link their video right there. Tell Lauren I said hi if you go over. And yeah, let's get to making some wings. The wing didn't mean a thing. So it takes about like 45 minutes for what's it called, cauliflower wings to cook. I just flipped them halfway through, so they probably have about 30 minutes left to go. Not to cook, but then you have to toss them and cook them for another 10 minutes. It's a whole thing. Just read the recipe. I'm stirring my coffee, I'm having another cup of coffee because I just need it, with my Playboy bunny stir stick, which is from my Aunt Beverly. She got it at the Playboy Mansion because she used to go to the Playboy Mansion. Which is when I started to like think that pictures of yourself was kind of a thing, because my Aunt Beverly, she always had, I'm eating some chestnuts too. Hello fall, I'm here. Oh my gosh. I love chestnuts so much. Maybe because it tastes like bread. Mmm, they're so soft and delicious. Love that. Anyhow, and Beverly always had calendars of herself in bikinis and stuff. So I love going to her house because she had like a big vanity with makeup, and she sold Mary Kay, and she would always let me play with the Mary Kay and Avon samples. So I started doing like beauty stuff really young and like getting a sense of self like through her. And I got to see her this weekend at Kayla's 16th birthday party. Can you believe my baby turned 16? So Aunt Beverly came to Kayla's 16th birthday party, which her birthday is actually today, but her party was this weekend. But life lessons from Aunt Beverly. They were talking about one of my other aunts and how she's like the dramatic sister because there's 4 of the girls, 4 boys, so my great grandma had 8 kids. And how one of my aunts is a super dramatic one, and they're in their like 60s and 70s, and she's still the dramatic one. So Aunt Beverly was teaching me life lessons, and she was cracking me up. Like at one point I was just like laid down in my chair laughing at her. So I wrote down some of her life lessons to share with you guys. Life lessons from Aunt Beverly, because I think she's pretty smart. So they were talking about when my aunt sister had her first divorce, and how she was like wallowing and playing these records, and they were like, yes, on a record player. And everyone's like, snap out of it, sister. And Beverly just goes, you know what? I walked up to her and I said, sister, you better snap out of it. If a man wants to walk out the front door on you, you know what you do? You hold open that door. And this is when I started writing, because I started giggling then, but then I started writing. She said, if he thinks the grass is greener on the other side, I'll give him a boost, and I don't care how he lands. She's so precious. She said, I don't have time to play around with someone who doesn't want to be there when I can be playing with someone else. One time I had 3 cars and my little man friend called himself cheating on me. I told him to get on out, you get your stuff, and you get out, you hear? That's exactly how she said it, by the way. And he goes, well, I don't have a car. Can I have a car? She said, did you come into this house with a car? He said, no. She said, all right then, you call your little girl and you tell her to pick you up. You're gonna leave here the same way you came in, with nothing. So he leaves. She said his little girlfriend came to pick him up, and she goes, I was standing there holding the screen door open. They all have a little bit of an accent. Holding the screen door open, waving and smiling. I waved by and I smiled and I closed the door and I went on with my life. Now, after hearing that, I hope you guys understand why I'm the type of woman that I am, and why I have the kind of outlook that I have, and why I don't kind of like harp or like look in the past too much. I kind of like look full steam ahead, and I don't worry about the things that are behind me because I can't change them. They've already happened. I may be able to change like the interactions that I have with the people from the past going forward, but I can't change the things that have actually happened. So I tend to put my focus on the future and the things that I can control and the positive things that are ahead, instead of looking back on things that may be negative. I just change my actions going forward. And that's why, like Aunt Beverly said, like, don't spend time worrying about people in your life that don't want to be there. If someone doesn't want to be in your life, goodbye. Like, don't waste your time trying to cater to these people that don't give a shit about you. Like, that's exactly what she was saying. And like she said, if they think the grass is greener, you put your, she was doing the motion, she like put her hands down and she's like, you give them a boost right on over to the other side, and don't you look over to see how they land, because it's not your business. What you need to worry about is your business, making sure that you're okay for the future. So that was life lessons from Aunt Beverly. She was really excited that Kayla was turning 16, so she came down and like enjoyed the party for a little bit. And because, you know, she's seen us all grow up, and that's her great her great niece, yeah, where her great niece is, and my mom's her niece. But she just works so much. She watches Nicole for me anytime I go on cruises, and she said that she put Nicole in the kennel and Nicole got out of the kennel and she turned around and Nicole's in the bed with her. And then from that day on, she just took Nicole to work with her every day. So I went back to pick up Nicole after my cruise, and she had a new carrying bag, a new dress, a new blanket, because she was going to work with Aunt Beverly. Aunt Beverly and all of my aunts do like nursing, and after they retire from nursing, they do CNA work. I asked her yesterday, because she's one of the oldest of the sisters, not the oldest, but the second oldest of the sisters, when she was going to stop working, and she said, I'm going to work as long as I can. She likes to work. Ever since I've known her, she's the only sister that's always owned her home, until recently. I mean, in later years, some of the other sisters owned homes. Not that that's like a status symbol, but I'm just using it as an example as to how together I perceived her as having it. She always had a lot of dogs because she couldn't have kids. A lot of my aunts are barren. They can't have children, or if they can, they've only had one. Of the 4 sisters, there's only 2 children from the set that are biological. The rest of them couldn't have kids, so she always had a lot of dogs. She always owned her home. She always had multiple cars. She always was running some type of business, and she was just always so sweet and so fashionable, and she's definitely my favorite aunt. Her name's Beverly, but we all call her Bebby, or Aunt Bebby. So this is why I keep this stir, because I always think of fun stories with Aunt Bebby when I see this little Playboy stir stick. So anyways, it should be time to sauce my wings pretty soon, so I'm gonna go sauce them. So Sarah's behind me, but you can't tell because my head is completely covering her. You just see like this phantom arm at the Keurig. So Sarah just tried her first buffalo cauliflower wing, and she liked it. She said she couldn't really taste the cauliflower, because this time I got the spicy buffalo sauce. Usually I just get the regular. I got the hot this time, which I didn't even know they made a hot, and it's spicier. I made like an onion peppercorn sauce, so it diffuses it some. But you're right, Sarah, it's spicier, like a lot. I'm getting ready to make pumpkin pancakes because I have an open can of pumpkin, because I have my period, and because we have a theme going today. Sarah's amazed, I'm amazed, we're all amazed. You guys better thank Sarah, because we were talking about these pancakes. She tasted them. I used the recipe that I'm going to link below, says wheat and white flour. I used white flour and oat flour for mine, and they turned out like this, and they're really fluffy and amazing. So if you don't have wheat, which we didn't have wheat in the house, I just use oat instead. They turned out fine, and they're super orange and pretty darn fluffy. Like, they fluffed up really well. So, you know, some vegan pancakes end up being like flat, but because there's no egg, but these are legit. Sarah's watching Heart of Dixie. So, if that's what you hear, that's what you hear. If you know what's gonna happen, don't spoil it, because Sarah's still watching it. That would be rude. So, official tea. They're so orange. You can like, oh, it's birds. Sorry. I got sidetracked. I saw something outside. Well, I actually saw it in the marble in the table, and I was like, is Ellie outside? But she's not. And then it like, there's another one, but it was just birds. So false alarm, guys, everything's okay. The neighbor's like watching the news, but I think it's paused because the TV's not even moving. They're hot. Those are pretty good. Pumpkin-y pancakes. I put some of that syrup that I made earlier on them too. No, so many check-ins. So I just took the extras. There are 2, and then I had 2 more from the batch, and I put them into a freezer bag with parchment paper in between them. You can throw them in the freezer. They last about like 2 weeks, so if you have kiddos or whatever, you can just take them out in the morning and pop them in the toaster oven to defrost. They're still super fluffy and yummy, and that's what I do with the extras, because batter in my fridge never goes well. I leave it there for about 2 weeks, then I realize that I forgot about the batter, then I end up throwing it away. This way they're kind of in sight and mind. You can put fresh berries on top of it, whatever you want for the mornings, but I date them, pop them in here, and then into the freezer they go. Also, I'm currently having a Twitter rant about our dear president and football players taking a knee during the national anthem. So, I'm sure you already know what my thoughts are, but if you want to see, follow me on Twitter. Shameless plugs, yeah? I don't think you guys have ever seen me face this way. We broke our blinds, so it's like falling down. So I wanted to show you guys what I got at Trader Joe's so you can kind of get a glimpse of what I eat during the week. I still have those pancakes there that I didn't finish eating earlier, but it's okay. I'll put them, I didn't want to freeze those ones because they already had maple syrup on them. So I got the high protein organic super firm tofu. I actually got 2 of these. I just haven't reached the other one yet. And then 2 things of the sprouted tofu. I always like to have tofu in the fridge. I don't like to run out, so that's why there's so much tofu. I got a thing of this is frozen eggplant and zucchini and red peppers. I like to just defrost a little bit of this, snip it into like my red lentil pasta, and it's like super high protein, and then that adds a lot of flavor because it has like white wine and olive oil and garlic on it and stuff like that. I got a thing of pickles because I'm making eggless egg salad for lunch. Some creamer. They're out of my silk. Why do people keep, I'm glad people are buying it. I'm not gonna rant. I'm glad people are buying the non-dairy option. I just wish they would leave one for me. So I got the almond one this week since the other one's gone. Some nutritional yeast. I also ordered one from Thrive, so I'm gonna have a lot of nutritional yeast. I got the vegan spread from Trader Joe's, which I've never had this before, but the guy at the register said he liked it, so we're gonna try it. 2 things of red lentil pasta, high protein, super yummy, super fast for dinners. I also got 2 things of garlic powder because Sarah bought some and I used all of hers, so I bought 2 of them. And then I also got a thing of mustard for my eggless egg salad as well. Some soy milk. I recently switched from almond to soy and I've been liking it. I mean, it depends on the brand of soy milk. I feel like that soy milk is kind of like acquired, but the soy milk, like the silk one, is really good. I can drink it on its own. I got the pumpkin body butter. This is vegan, says it right there on the back, and it doesn't smell like pumpkin. It has like sandalwood, kind of warm fall scent, but like a fresh scent still, and I love this. I buy it every single year. Buy it if you have a Trader Joe's near you. It's really freaking amazing. I got some organic spinach, conventional romaine because they didn't have organic. It's Sunday night. When you go late to Trader Joe's on Sundays, they're out of like a lot of stuff. A cucumber, a lot of bell peppers because with my egg salad, I'm going to cut up bell peppers and use it kind of as dippers instead of like bread or whatever. I just use bell peppers as kind of like chips, and it's so good. So the co-op near me makes a tofu egg salad. That's why I have so much tofu. Here's the other thing of tofu. There's so much stuff. And you just like kind of mush it up, add some mayo, mustard, green onions, pickles, and it's so good. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4 things of frozen broccoli, because you can never have too much frozen broccoli. It never goes bad. It's always there waiting for you. And if I run out of broccoli, it's like a big ordeal. Like my world's ending. Some green onions. I also got, what is this? Some organic white beans. I like to put those in my pastas. So I'll put like frozen broccoli, the pasta, which is just red lentils, it's not real pasta, some nutritional yeast, and just like a little spritz of coconut oil, and mix it together. It's super simple, but it's so good. It's one of my go-to dinners because it's just high protein, lots of veggies, and super flavorful. And then I got some limes because you always need limes. There's like always some kind of vegan sauce that you need to jazz up, and the thing that you need to make it perfect is usually lime. I use pickle juice a lot of the time too. But yeah, that's all I got. That's what I have for my grocery haul. I don't know how long this video is. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope this video isn't super short. I feel like it's gonna be pretty short. Sorry. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I want you to remember to keep an open mind, keep an open heart, practice unconditional compassion. But it's so dark on this side of my face. But don't take shit from anyone. I love you guys endlessly, and I hope you know that I mean that. And I also hope that you love yourselves even more. I'll talk to you guys really soon. Hope you're having a fantastic week, and I love you very much. Bye.